Hey there, everyone. This is Holly Cates, your favorite personal stylist, coming to you with the flavor of the week. We are so excited to have a very small brand, local designer, and a beautiful, beautiful product that is making a difference in the fashion industry for the better. Female entrepreneur Hila Weinberg Orzel has joined us from Israel. Shalom, Hila.
Shalom.
Thank
Hi
you so
from
much.
Israel.
Thank you so much for joining us. What is the town where you're living in Israel?
I actually live in Tel Aviv, which is like the main. It's a very gorgeous city, kind of a Miami vibe to it because it's along the beach.
Yes.
So we live our life in a city by the beach. So swimsuit would be very needed.
I know, that's incredible. So you are the head designer and creator of BiliBlond swimsuits, and I found you on the internet because last week I did an episode for the best swimsuits for the season. Our audience here at the Fashion Crimes Podcast is fashion over 40. We like to say way over 40. So tell us a little bit about how you got started and how your product came to be.
For me, I was already in fashion business. This is what I learned, and I was already working in a very like a commercial company in Israel that has like 200 shops and like a chain store. And I was head designer of one of the departments. And my department, I decided to make also swimsuits. So I was already very, very professional at that area. And when the chain stores always choose to make swimsuit that would suit a very young crowd, like teenage crowd, 20 years old crowd, and that's it. And after I gave my second birth, my second child, a girl, like I felt that I feel still chic, still young. I still like the way I look, but the body is different, and I can't find anything that is not like granny style.
Matronly, very matronly.
Yeah. So I was really looking for something that would suit me as a mom after two births, but still wants to feel cool and yet have a new body after the pregnancy that has changed and needed some support in the like bust area, stomach, everywhere. But still, I wanted to do something that looks really cool. It does get you the shape,
yes,
but doesn't give up or doesn't how would you say it without compromising on the design or on how it's look and the style.
that is such an incredible story. A lot of people here, especially, after having children, whether you're young or old, sometimes your body snaps back and sometimes it doesn't. So if it doesn't, then you have a very hard time getting yourself to feel good in clothes, getting
Exactly.
the right bra, the right undergarments. So I think this is such a great way for you, especially as a mom. I know your children are young. I saw their picture. And so I know you're a young mom, but it's nice that you're catering to that audience because sometimes I think women feel forgotten after they have kids. Do you agree?
Yeah. It was so how would you say it? I'm looking for the word. I did it for me.
Yes.
And sometimes when you're in the right niche, that you do it for yourself and to solve your own problem, then you suddenly found that there are so many people with the same problem as you're having. Although you thought you were just a minority, but then you find out that like most people have these issues. and most people cannot it's not an easy task for them to find the right swimsuit for them, for their situation, for their time in life. And it was overwhelming that that very fast it happened that so many girls were related, not to my story but to the styles. It speaks by itself. It was very I aimed to me as an audience, and it's got to so many women out there like me felt the same, and was just the right.
That's how you find your target customer. That's what we call it, the target customer. So that's how that's how you find it, is because you're addressing a problem that you think no one else has addressed, and you can do it better than anyone else. So good on you. Good on you for doing that. Tell us what makes your bathing suits different. Is it the fabric technology? Is it the silhouette? Tell us what makes your product different.
When I designed swimsuit, I found out on myself that I kind of think of it as an architecture, not as a fashion designer, as an architecture. And I found out that I love the angles. I love the cuts. I love straight cuts. And although our body is very fluid and I would say like round in a way, the cuts of the architecture, it's always to frame it in a way, to cut it in a way that is very, very flattering the body. And I think this is a very big part of the way I do the shapes of the shape. How do you say it? The pattern.
Yes.
The pattern, I do it in a very straight cuts, and every time I try to find out a different cut, to a different approach to the body. Sometimes I do more structure around the waistline, and sometimes I try to loosen up the bust. Not the bust. How would you say that area?
The bodice, or the derriere, the back. You know, like
the butt.
The butt. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Just the butt. No, not nice for a word for it. So I really think of it in my head as a structure, silhouette. And then I try to find the right fabrics to use it. I'm very also, when you asked me about fabrics, so I'm very accurate about the fabrics. First of all, I always look for sustainable recycled fabrics. So I work with several companies that does make recycled fabric. Then when you start sourcing after we see the recycled fabric, I always look for a fabric that is more heavy than the usual swimsuit I'm using. And sometimes I use double fabric, although they are more expensive, but they really does the job. And there's so much technology in swimsuit fabric these days. And so I do use a lot of different kinds of fabrics, and it depends on the style. I always try to match the style and the fabric together, because it's not just the cut, it's the fabric that will go well with that cut. If it's a loose way, it has the fabric has to have like a fall to it, you know, that it's the way it falls. And if it's something that really needs to support, then it's different. It might be even much stronger, much crowded. And so it really depends on the style. But the first rule is all recycled and always a bit heavy.
I love that.
Fabric, yeah.
Yeah. In the US, we have fit issues. And what that means is people are very small and people are very large. So a lot of companies are
It's
getting,
everywhere.
yeah, a lot of companies are getting pressure to extend their sizing. So do you have that same kind of pressure? What size range do you go up to?
I didn't felt like there was a pressure, but I did started like my first kind of a secret season that was not that exposed. I did up to XL.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw that there's a really large demand for larger sizes. And I also find out that larger sizes can be treated same as the small sizes when I design for them, when I'm do the pattern for them. And when you come from commercial companies, they usually don't really make swimsuits for bigger sizes. It's something that just started the last years that big companies started to notice this crowd. But so I had a very little experience in big sizes area. And I really learned step by step how to make bigger sizes. But for me, it's something that comes together. If you, I'm a swimsuit company that take care of women. I try to make them feel really good about themselves. So how can I make women feel good about themselves if they don't have their size at my shop? Like it's devastating for a woman to come to a shop or to buy online, and she was so enthusiastic about that style, and then suddenly find out that we don't have her size. It's even worse. It's like taking her. So it was really important for me as part of our agenda to do the sizes. There was not much pressure. I did felt like we needed it. And I felt really bad when we couldn't have some women's size. So in order to avoid that, and for a woman now, our customers that get into the shop these days, and she said, I have so many swimsuits in my size, such a variety for me to choose to have that I can try 10 pieces of different cuts, different styles. It's so refreshing for them to have that, and not to be in a situation where, oh, we have that style we made in 4XL. No, it's like for her to feel like she can really choose. She really have options. So
I know we went to Tokyo, and women in Tokyo are so small that a lot of stores did not carry past a size medium. I was like, wow. What do you mean? Like they were like, we only have up to, size small, size medium. And it's because the people are much smaller. But in America, you can get, very large sizes. So I'm glad to hear that you are size inclusive. That is really nice to hear. Tell us how the price is reflected with the construction. Can you give us a US dollar amount?
I think our styles is about between $100 to $200.
Right.
What are you asking? You want to know how
I just wanted to know how much, how much they were.
It's between $100 to $200. Actually, all our suppliers are increasing the prices all the time. And I really wanted to keep a price. For me, when I was much younger, working in a bar, as a student, I always wanted like a really nice pair of jeans, but there is like Rag and Bone or Diesel or something like that's really a bit expensive. Then And I always say to myself, 200 would be the limit of how much I can pay for like a really good pair of jeans, even when I was broke.
Yeah.
Even when I was broke, and you can save dollar to dollar, and you can really, and it's really exciting when you work for it, and you're just waiting for the moment that you can buy these jeans and never take it off, by the way. And so for me, I thought that $200 would be the limit, and we're really fighting for it because all our fabrics are made in Italy, and it's so hard. And now these days, and we produce most of it in Israel, so it's so production became very expensive.
So that brings up an interesting point. So when you're working with your factories, are they in Tel Aviv or are they somewhere else?
No.
Are you traveling to work with your factories?
Yes, I am. My factory in Israel, it's in the north of Israel, but it's inside Israel. At the north, there's like a kind of not a very big village, and but it's really nice and really like a family business. Is not that big, but it has they have a great capacity, and we work together all year long. We don't produce only for the summer. We produce together all year long because it was really important for me. I'm like their biggest customer, so
Very
I need to take care of them, like, and to make sure that they have like enough business to keep their business. So I'm doing my best to have like all the time something is being made there.
Now,
Something in
so
production.
You're sourcing the fabric in Italy, and then they're being cut and sewn and produced in Israel.
But not all of them. We have some swimsuit that we make in Turkey. We have some swimsuit we make in Thailand. It depends on the style. Sometimes it's too complicated and they might not have the right machine to do it.
Right.
Sometimes it needs different machines that they don't have. So some of them are made in Turkey, some of them are made in.
How many do you have that are your own? How many bathing suits do you have?
No, I have every style that I've ever made. Are you kidding me? I can't. They're my babies.
I know. I know that you have a couple of things to show us. Show us the products that you like to show.
Okay. So do you want to see a style that hasn't been it hasn't been to the okay, let me show you this one because it's gorgeous. It's gonna be just tomorrow. It's not yet on the website.
Okay.
We're uploading it this weekend. This weekend is the so this one is amazing. I don't know if you see.
I can't. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. The fabric is like texture.
I see.
It's not a solid fabric and it's not printed. The fabric itself it's quite like what I'm wearing.
Okay. Yes.
And it's like the fabric is made specially for that.
It's woven together.
Yeah. It's been woven together, and it has like a really nice.
Turn it around. Let me see the back. Very cute. Very cute. I love that.
It's so cute. So this is going to be only tomorrow on the website.
The pattern, is really conducive to creating a very long line. So that would make someone look really thin and really long and lean. Oh my God.
It makes a really lean here, especially on the waistline. Yeah. And the other thing that it does, it's so flattering also the skin, and also the fabric is so thick, this one, that it's like but you don't feel it because it's kind of soft. It
gives you support. It gives you the right support.
It gives you an amazing support. All of them has we have in all of them the padding inside, and the adjustable straps. And I know girls in America, they're kind of afraid because they're tall. We get a lot of questions from tall girls from the US. Yeah, and they ask us if it's long enough. It's like if it's a
I
long torso
see.
swimsuit. And we always tell them, you can look at them, you can look at the models. Like most of the models we shoot, plus size models, regular models, I don't know. So they all are very tall. They all are very tall. I don't know to say the length in feet, but it's 180 in Israel,
Yes.
180 centimeters,
Yes.
which is quite tall. So they can see it's like it fits everyone, and you can adjust it. You have the adjustable straps, and you can adjust it. And if you want it to be, if you feel like you're higher than average, we always recommend it take one size up, and it still be okay, because usually, but for most of the models it's okay. Another style I wanted to show you.
Ooh, I
is
love
the
that. That's so
overall-
pretty.
I have to take the screen, not to
the
be
blur.
the blur. Yeah, how do I take it off?
You can just hold it a little closer, and then it's not so blurry.
You think closer or maybe far? Because I see when I close.
Oh yeah, pull it back a little bit. There we go, right there, right there.
No.
And pull it up some.
So this
very nice, very cute.
So this is a play suit.
Very nice.
Which I feel like I invented it. We always also register it as a model.
Yeah.
And the
so
thing,
cute.
the nice thing about it, also the back. Look at it with the eye. Wait, why didn't it show? It doesn't recognize it as a face.
No, that's okay. We'll post the pictures. We'll post.
Okay.
We'll post the pictures.
So
we call it like a swim dress.
Yeah, like a swim dress, but it's not a dress. It's a play.
It's shorts.
It's a romper.
It's romper.
Yeah,
it's a romper.
Pants.
Super cute.
It has the pants, and it has underwear inside.
Love it.
So you can, lift up your legs and everything and feel free. And it has the
there we go. The eye.
Yeah. And the thing, and what's nice about it is that it's not only so flattering because of the shape, it's also very flattering because of the print. And the print goes in a way that really makes a nice curves, make a nice hip. And that's what I love about it.
I think that's very different from most things that you see here in the US. Some of the trends that I've been seeing have been sun protection, like long sleeve and things like that. Yeah. A lot of women are wearing bikinis, but they want that skin protection. So it comes with extra SPF. You can get that. But it's
really interesting. All of swimsuit that made in all of the fabrics that made in Italy, they do SPF inside their fabrics. All of them, they do that because of the SPF is measured by the how would you say it?
The strength of the sun's rays.
That is very crowded, the fabric, that it has no sun can go through it. This is why they call it SPF fabric.
Correct.
So it's crowded enough for the sun not to come in. So all of our swimsuits are also SPF because we do use the heavy ones. So they are all SPF. But we do not make any more. We have you can buy only the sleeves separately, but we don't do the long sleeves anymore. We used to do it on our first collection, and we didn't feel like there was much. I don't know. I felt like it was a trend or something, and people stopped buying it because they felt like it was too much, when you're out there at the beach. Like when you try it in the shop, so nice, but when you go out on the beach and you you are like suffocated.
Yes, too
from
hot. It's too hot.
Yeah.
So are you exclusively online, or do you have a store as well?
We have a store only in Tel Aviv, in my city, and it's actually by the beach. It's really nice in the port of Tel Aviv. It's so nice, so cute. And it also have like an environment. I will also send you photos of the shop for you to see.
Okay,
It
I would
also
love
have in a
that.
beach environment. Our cashier looks like a lifeguard.
Oh, so cute.
Yes.
Now
Thank you.
tell us where the name came from.
Actually, the name came from me. It was really funny. I started Instagram as a BiliBlond, as my Instagram was BiliBlond. And why was that? Because everyone called me, the name is Hila. And everyone, and it was Healy and then Billy. So everyone called me Billy. And I used to go, before I had some much more gray hair, I used to go with a brown, like dark brown hair. And just here was a stripe of blonde. So one day friends came up with this name and said BiliBlond. And we said, oh my
very
God, it's
cute.
genius.
Yes.
And when I first opened my Instagram, we called it BiliBlond. And then it just stays. And when I was looking for a name for the brand, it was already there. And like, it was so easy. Just take it.
So you have your store. And so do you participate in any fashion shows? Do you do Miami Swim Week? Do you do anything like that?
I actually did one fashion show in Paris.
Wow.
Yes. But it wasn't just me. It was a lot of designers.
Yeah.
And I showed 5 styles in part of it. And also in Miami, I participate in it was what was the name? I did Cabana show, but before that I did another show in Miami. So also we were a lot of designers and we just show the styles there, but it was amazing. I can send you also pictures from that. But to do like a whole fashion show, wow, what a dream of mine.
Well,
I hope to do it someday.
I encourage you to show as much as you can. I love to go to Fashion Week here in New York City, and I love to support small brands because I teach my listeners. We have a very loyal following that we love, and a lot of women don't know how to shop well, or they don't feel like they have enough choices. Their time is limited. You're a busy mom, you're taking your kids everywhere, and it leaves very little time for you. So I try to make it easy and say, shop here, go here, do that. And we love supporting female-owned brands like yourself. And when I saw your website, I really fell in love with it. And I wanted to order one of your styles. I think it was sold out. So maybe I'll try one of your new styles.
Let me know. Write me later.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. But you know, I am just speaking for myself. I represent a lot of our audience are 50, 60, 70 years old. So they're not sure what looks good on them or how to shop or how much money they should spend. So it's people like you that make it easy for me to recommend because you know where the garments are coming from. You know they're ethical, you know they're sustainable, and you're supporting a small brand. And I think it's so important because in the US, it's too easy to go to the mall or go, you know, to these big box stores and buy discounted clothes. So I try to discourage people to do that because that's when you really understand garment construction, fabric, how things are made, why they're made, and why they cost what they cost. So I appreciate all the work that you do. And thank you for sharing your story with us. I want you to give a little bit of fashion advice for people who maybe don't feel good about their body or they just had a baby. You know, what's your swimsuit fashion styling tip for someone like that?
I would say that everyone has to find their own, you know, their own voice in themselves. I don't think they have to follow a trend that is now going on, and they need to be true to themselves. I try to make my styles not there's a lot of noise out there of fashion. They say now this is trendy, next month this is trendy, today this is trendy, and I'm trying to do something that is classic and would stay with you for as long time as possible, as a style that it has its own voice. And I think that each person should find their own way of style. And also, I think as a sustainable way of thinking, we think about buying more stuff that are classic for us, that will stay for us for longer time, and not something that is fast fashion and you throw it right away. And I also see it in my closet, because I stopped buying fast fashion for a really long time, and I see that the stuff that I don't wear anymore and that I don't need anymore are fast fashion styles, and the style that I really invested in will stay within my closet forever. So I think what you started saying before and continue from there, it's exactly my point of view about fashion. That even the word fashion is not that current anymore. It's like something, I think, that we're going towards the more classic kind of way to it.
I also like to encourage people that say they buy a bathing suit from you. You can wear it under a jacket. You could also wear it with a skirt.
Oh, I love it. That's
like
what I
a
do all the
body
time.
Yeah, like a bodysuit. So there's different, if you invest the money, my point, say in a small brand like yourself, there's a lot of different ways you can wear it. You just don't have to wear it as a bathing suit because it is such a quality garment.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of my customers, they come, they wear it with the jeans, they wear it with the jacket, exactly what you said. And I think in a swimsuit and in a resort collection, there's always a free way that it's kind of free from being part of the trends, part of the fast fashion. It's always something slow fashioned about the more resort collections, which always are inspired by the sea and traveling and something more exotic than something that changing all the time. Like
Right. Like trends here today, gone today, because that's the way they want you to buy more and more and more. That's how companies make money.
I think like for jeans, for example, jeans, we used to wear skinny like all these years.
Yeah.
And then the jeans industry said to themselves, okay, these people they've been sleeping for so long, not buying as many jeans as they used to. Let's go back to wide jeans, low waist jeans, and they're all gonna buy again. And they're all gonna need.
It's funny because I wore that 20 years ago, and then now it's back in style.
And it's the same. And the first diesel I bought was wide leg diesel when I was a student, and that was the fashion then.
That was a big deal. What is the best recommendation on how to care for your swimsuits? Do you wash separately? Do you hand wash?
Oh my God, it's amazing that you asked me, because I'm just making a reel about it. I've been working on it for so long because I want to be very accurate about all the details and even there's another lady who owns her own company of soaps and creams and stuff, and everything is completely natural. Everything is made in Israel. And she is, and we thought about making soap that is specially made for the swimsuit, and maybe even give it as a gift, for someone who use the swimsuit, like a small soap that you can use as when she does the laundry. So the most important thing is never let your swimsuit stay in the chemicals that the pools have, like the chloride and everything like that. Also, so after you finish being at the pool, a whole day long, and you come home, always wash it in the sink. We have no other choice. I'm like, I can stand in the middle of the night with my girl swimsuit and I'm washing it. I never give up on that. And this is why they stay with me for so long. And also the girl swimsuit, which they usually really tend to ruin children. They
sit and it gets picked on the bottom. They sit on the sides.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they can be like hours and hours, like days, a whole day inside the pool, and then it ruins completely the swimsuit. And even the best fabrics, it cannot last after it's been so many hours inside these chemicals they put inside the pool. So what I do is I wash them. I don't shrink them too much. Is that I just put them to dry, and never on the sun, because you don't want them to get a little bit faded or something for the fabric. But I never put it in the washing machine, because the worst thing you can do is heat the swimsuit. So even when you do like a jacuzzi or stuff like that, don't do it for longer than 10-15 minutes. And then don't fold it too much when you put it in the drawing of the swimsuit. Just fold it like in a nice way, don't flat it too much.
Squish.
Don't let it don't squash it.
Not squished.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's good to know.
Yeah, and that's it. And I never use laundry materials. I
laundry
only
detergent.
Use soap. Yeah. I only use regular soap.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know why. That's why they told me.
Yeah. Sometimes I just say, don't put it in the dryer, like lie it flat to dry.
No dryer, no
dryer. You can hang.
No heat.
Yeah. You can hang or lie it flat to dry.
Yeah. As long as it's in the shade.
Right. I wanted to make sure I was telling people the right thing to do. So do you offer anything else besides swimwear? Do you offer cover-ups, or what can we expect?
Oh my God, I love the cover-ups. We didn't got all the cover-ups of this season. We're going to get some more nice things that we've done. And also there's a crochet collection that is on its way, that I'm working on for so long, but it's taking so much time to do it.
I'm sure.
So, but it's also nice. It's kind of have on a little bit like a beachy feeling to it, but also a bit of sportive kind of, but it goes along with the swimsuit. So we do offer really nice cover-ups and kaftans. But like it usually goes with the colors of the swimsuit and the colors of the season, and we try to match it, because to have someone wear it. And one of my best styles that I love the most is a Dahab kaftan. Dahab is a place in Egypt that we travel all the time. But people who live in Israel, you drive to Egypt, you go through the border, and there's this place. It's like there's nothing but sea and like little cabins by the beach. So this is the name of the galabia, and what of the kaftan. Why is that name? Because you don't need nothing. You need nothing more than this this piece, because when it's like along the day and you're with your swimsuit, but you want to put some cover on, so you just put it like this and it's open. But if you want, it's like evening time and you want to have a dinner or something, then you can wrap it around and make it like a really nice dress for a resort, kind of evening resort dinner. It's amazing. So that's what I love about it. I love packing really, really small, that I don't need to take much with me. And this is something that it's the only thing you need for a vacation. Trust me. I do it all the time. And we've been now to Jordan, and that was the only thing I took, 2 dresses, and it's the only thing I wore.
I love that. That sounds so fabulous. That's incredible. I want you to tell us, what are some future things that you're working on? Are you expanding? Is that your goal, to do more fashion shows? What are some of your goals?
For sure, fashion show. I even have I see it like what I would do, especially for a fashion show, to make like a really impact. And Other thing is I would love to expand outside of Israel. Like in Israel, we are really famous. Like people, everyone knows us, but it's a small country. It's so so I would love to expand more to other places like the US. I think Miami, California.
We would love to have you in the US, and we would love to try some of your styles. So I will be ordering a few and trying them and giving a review. So want to ask you, are there any last thoughts, anything you want to say to all of your new customers here in the United States?
Mm-hmm. I would probably remember something later and regret that I didn't say it.
Okay.
But I would say, like, be bold, try. You can order, you can try, you can return it. There's no problem. And I think you will fall in love with them. And we can really help also with sizes. This is something that we do. You can write us, say, I don't mean you will help you in a minute, but but I mean, you can write us on Instagram, on Facebook. You can write an email to us and give us your sizes. The best way to give us a size, and we will tell you, and you say the sizes and the style that you like, and we will tell you which size we recommend for you. Usually what we need is to say your height,
right,
and your bust, and the size that you usually take in pants, what you usually wear in your pants. And these three sizes I can really know what to recommend you. Your bra, your pants, and your height.
Well,
That really helps.
I love that. And we love shopping from small brands, and we love to support people like you making a difference in the fashion industry. So thank you so much for doing what you do and being so willing to talk to us. I mean, talk about customer service, y'all. I emailed her one time and I said, hey, I'd love to interview Hila. And they were like, sounds great. When do you want her to come on? So I really appreciate your willingness to come on, and we're going to connect with you. So I'm assuming you're BiliBlond on Instagram, anywhere else, TikTok.
BiliBlond Swimwear on Facebook, and we don't have a Twitter.
Oh, no Twitter. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
okay.
And sales@BiliBlond.com is the email.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can contact us, and the website's BiliBlond.com.
And you have the greatest stuff, y'all. I cannot wait for you to see it. BiliBlond, Hila, Weinberg, or Zell, from straight live from us from Tel Aviv, Israel. It's 9 o'clock. It's now 10 o'clock at night. Thank you so much for talking to us. We love you. We support you. And we will definitely be trying some of your bathing suits.
Thank you so much, Holly. Thank you so much to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much for listening, you guys. This has been Holly Cates, your hostess with the mostest, coming at you with the flavor of the week. BiliBlond swimsuits straight from Tel Aviv, Israel. It is incredible. If you have not seen her website, please do connect with her on Instagram and Facebook, and make sure you give her a shout out and tell her you heard about her from the Fashion Crimes podcast. Y'all have a fabulous, fashionable week, and y'all come back now. Bye.